अच्छा ये हमारा ना पेपर है कौन सा February March 2021 ठीक है question paper 4-2 ठीक है starting with this one the first one the first अच्छा so the first part is कि uh, the atomic structures of elements are given ठीक है so which one is an anion negative ion इनमें से कौन सा है which one is a negative ion quickly which one happens to be a negative ion
Uh, E.
ठीक है E is your negative ion because why because it's got more electrons than protons right cation kaun sa hai and there two he's asking for two of them so which ones are cations
I
ठीक है I is
and A.
you're going to have more protons than electrons so that's I and
A.
A is ठीक है more protons so that's also a cation ठीक है which one is a noble gas atoms atoms or remember atoms का क्या मतलब है कि the protons and electrons are going to be exactly they'll have exactly the same number
F and G.
nee, but they're not noble gas atoms right
Oh yeah. I mean B and D.
nee, B is not a noble gas atom noble gas by outer shell this one is 2 and 4 right electronic configuration this one is also 2 and 4 right this one is 2
2
and
and 8.
so that
8.
that's a noble gas atom so D is the noble gas atom outer shell is complete who else that this
And
one is 288
yeah, so E.
but it's not an atom it's an so it's not an atom right or
Okay.
कौन सा हो सकता है it's either going to be G then that's
G.
288 yeah so it's going to be G halogen is group 17 so which one is group 17 वैसे ना periodic table you can open the periodic table and check the proton numbers as well group 17 chlorine is 17 right so you can
F.
just have a look at the periodic table so that's F right which one is group 1 atom group 1 atom में ना if you look at the periodic table proton numbers are 3 उसके बाद सोडियम आता है that's 11 potassium is 19 ठीक है these are the proton numbers for group 1 right in the periodic table so who's group 1 that's H
H.
ठीक है so
Yes.
H is the one that's group 1 have the same number of nucleons what's a nucleon or what's the nucleon number क्या होता है
Neutron and proton.
neutron plus
Proton.
ठीक है it's neutron plus proton so कौन सा है इनमें से
Uh, G and I.
so G and I do they have that's 20 and this is कितना है that's 40 right नहीं
Yeah, they're both 40.
40 and
Total.
this is 40 as well right G and I right
Yes.
next one is cause acidity in aqueous solutions in aqueous solutions they cause acidity in aqueous solutions
1 second, so I can have a shoot for 2 minutes.
ठीक है
Thank you.
so cause acidity in aqueous solutions what does that वो कौन सा element है that causes acidity when you add it to an aqueous solution तो ये देखना पड़ेगा कि metals remember they always form bases अगर आप कोई metal उठाओगे ना I need a periodic table next to this just 1 second let me open a periodic table So here's a periodic table. So acidity in aqueous solutions, who causes that? Chlorine is an element जो itself बना देता है. If you add chlorine to water, it will form. So chlorine is over here. So when chlorine is added to water, can't get paper. So when chlorine is added to water, chlorine is 17. So that's F. So who causes acidity? Then when chlorine is added to water, it forms HCl. It actually forms another acid as well, which is HOCl. So chlorine is the one that is going to form an acidic solution. It's used to define the relative atomic mass of elements. Kausa, any idea कि relative atomic mass जब आप निकालते हो, तो which element is used for comparison?
Carbon.
Carbon 6 होता है, ठीक है, that's B. ठीक है, इस केस में it's B. इसमें why B and C are isotopes? Isotopes क्या होते हैं? What are isotopes? What's the definition of an isotope?
Isotopes are basically like the same atoms of an element, but with the same number of protons and different number of neutrons.
ठीक है, so atoms of the same element. And they have the same number of protons but different number of nucleons, right? Yeah, different neutrons. अच्छा, अगले पे चले जाते हैं. What's the next one? State which one of these gases is green. इनमें से कौन सा color? Which one is green?
Chlorine.
Chlorine, ठीक है, that's green. और ये बाकी सारी ना colorless हैं, ठीक है, they're all colorless. The gases shown exist as diatomic molecules. State number of another element which has diatomic molecules and is a gas. तो पहले बताओ कि सारे बताओ कौन-कौन diatomic होता है?
Hydrogen, oxygen. Apart from this,
apart from these ones.
iodine.
ठीक है, so iodine is what else? But that's a solid, right? Iodine is a blue-black solid.
Yeah.
Who else?
Fluorine.
Chlorine तो हो गया ना.
No,
Group
no,
17
fluorine.
पूरा fluorine, right? Fluorine is diatomic. That's a gas. Bromine is also diatomic. It's a liquid. So वो gas की बात कर रहा था. So that's fluorine. When separate samples of each of these gases are placed in a container, they will diffuse. Describe why these gases diffuse. Why do substances diffuse? But क्या होता है? Why? Because they are in constant random motion, right? Liquids or gases, they're constant. Like if I spray a perfume, like 5 particles of perfume over here, why do they diffuse? Because they're constantly randomly moving in different directions. So they spread out. Okay. So that's the reason why this happens. See, clear about?
Yes.
Indeed.
So next is say which of these 4 gases has the highest rate of diffusion? Highest rate.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Why?
It has the lowest MR.
So that's your explanation. It's the lowest MR. Lighter particles travel faster. Can explain nitrogen, oxygen, and other substances are found in clean, dry air. State the percentage of nitrogen in clean, dry air.
78%.
That is 78%. Other than nitrogen and oxygen, identify another element found in clean dry air. इसके अलावा क्या?
Argon.
Argon is the third most abundant, right?
Yes.
Identify a compound found in clean dry air. A compound.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Water vapors भी होते हैं. Nitrogen and oxygen can be separated from liquid air. State the name of the process. How do you separate nitrogen and oxygen?
Fractional
Fractional
distillation.
distillation.
So that's fractional distillation. That's the next part. Name the industrial process. What is the process in which ammonia gets produced?
Haber process.
That's the Haber process. What is the meaning of this thing?
It's a reversible reaction.
So it shows that the reaction is a reversible reaction. Say the conditions used in the industrial process include what are the conditions? Temperature क्या होता है इसका?
450.
Or what's the pressure?
250.
Anywhere between 100 to 500 atmosphere, that's fine. Name the catalyst that's used in the process.
Iron.
Fe is the catalyst. If the pressure is increased, the yield of ammonia increases. Why? Pressure increase करते हैं, what happens? Which side is favored?
Those pressure increase the right side.
नहीं, क्या logic होती है इसके पीछे? Equilibrium favors which side?
The one with the fewer molecules.
So equilibrium favors less gas mode side. Which in this case is your product side. Product में there are 2 moles. Reactants में there are 4 moles. If the temperature is increased, the rate of reaction increases. Explain why in terms of particles. So temperature बढ़ाने से rate of reaction क्यों बढ़ता है? ज़्यादा क्यों होता है? What happens if you have higher temperature?
More kinetic energy.
So more kinetic energy. What happens after that?
Which means more frequent successful collisions.
Do you have more
Higher rate of more successful.
So basically, you are more frequent and successful. Collisions. Ammonia reacts, because of Moki, they travel faster. You can add that. So the particles have higher speed. Ammonia reacts with sulfuric acid to make
a wait, do we need to mention about activation energy?
इसमें, although it's a 3-mark question, so I think so just to be on the safe side, more particles have energy that is greater than activation energy. Greater than the activation energy. इसका लेकिन जल्दी से देख लेते हैं कि it's a 3-mark. How are the marks distributed for this one? Just a second. कौन सा पार्ट था? ये वाला ना?
3A.
So,
VI.
particles have more energy, so you have more collisions. So more frequent collisions. This actually means more frequent collisions, right? More collisions per unit time, that's more frequent collisions. And that's why you also get more successful collisions, and they also accepted that one. So this is or slash means have energy above activation energy. So I think that wasn't necessary. You would have gotten the marks for this. Is that clear?
Okay. Yes, sir.
As ammonia reacts with sulfuric acid to make a compound which is used as fertilizer, write the chemical. What's the reaction of ammonia with sulfuric acid? इस केस में क्या होगा? Ammonium salts बनती है. Remember that. It's the H is going to get replaced by the ammonium ion. Is that clear?
Yes.
तो NH4 twice as 4 हो जाएगा. ठीक है. अच्छा फिर one second. जो अगला पार्ट है वो ये. Question number 4. A student wanted to make zinc chloride crystal. So this is about salt preparation. Remember, किन तरीकों से बनता है? It's going to be acid कौन सा use होगा if you want to make zinc chloride? I'm just trying to revise.
Hydrochloric acid.
So if you want to make
HCl.
zinc, so it's going to be HCl, right? So it's either going to be a metal or a metal oxide or hydroxide that will also produce zinc chloride, or a metal carbonate, right? In all cases, it's going to give you zinc chloride. साल में वही बनेगा. Except every time the byproduct is going to be different. The first one is going to have H2 gas. The second one is going to have water. And the third one is going to have वो क्या होगा? Carbon dioxide भी होगा उसमें. Right? Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So कौन सा method use किया उसने वैसे? If you're these are all solid. Zinc is a solid. Metal oxide, this is insoluble, so solid. Zinc carbonate is also insoluble. Insoluble solid होता है तो कौन सा method होता है? Add excess कौन सा method है ये?
Excess method.
Excess method. आप इसको excess पे डालोगे. You would ensure that all the HCl reacts. ये जो solid होगा that can be filtered out. You can throw it away, ठीक है, by just filtering it out. Your solution will only have the salt क्योंकि all the acid is already used up. So add excess zinc powder to hydrochloric acid, remove the unreacted zinc powder, heat the solution until it is saturated, and then it's crystallizing, right? The equation for the reaction in step number 1, we did that. That's the first one. Explain why excess zinc powder is added. You add excess zinc क्यों? So that all the HCl gets used up. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
क्योंकि अगर HCl बच जाएगा ना तो फिर contaminated होगा. The salt produced will be contaminated by the unreacted HCl solution. So you want all of it to react. Suggest how unreacted zinc powder is removed. कैसा remove करते हैं?
Filtration.
ठीक है,
Filtration.
just solid है तो you filter it out.
So for part A, we can use any of the 3, right?
नहीं, part A is he was specifically using zinc powder, so it's Sedin plus HCl, right?
Okay.
वो तो मैंने वैसे आगे बना दी थी और लेकिन we were only using the first one. Is that clear?
Achha. Yes.
So what is meant by the term saturated solution?
It has the maximum solute dissolved in it, so it can't
ठीक है,
have any
कुछ
more
नहीं.
solute.
So maximum solute is present in a solution. So maximum solute dissolved. Explain why crystals form as the solution cools. Why do they form? why do they form? इसका वैसे मुझे भी नहीं पता कि super saturated होता है, so they obviously form, but why? क्या इसका आंसर होगा? अच्छा, cools. जब आप कूल करते हो ना, solubility decreases. So अच्छा ठीक है, that makes sense. Obviously crystals are forming because the solubility is decreasing. Is that clear?
Yes.
अगर वो
form because it's what?
solubility decreases.
Okay.
जब वो कूल करते हैं ना, इसलिए crystals form हो रहे हैं ना. मतलब अगर if they were soluble, then they would not form crystals, right? Now name two zinc compounds which react with dilute hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride. ये वाला आ गया. वो क्या दो और बताओ तो. That's zinc oxide and zinc carbonate, right? Zinc oxide, zinc carbonate. You can also have zinc hydroxide as well. That could be one as well. As if excess calcium metal is used instead of excess zinc powder in step 1, pure calcium chloride crystals do not form. Explain why. वो कह रहा है कि अगर instead of zinc calcium use करते हैं, so he's saying that pure calcium chloride crystals do not form. Why is that? क्या होगा? Why?
Because there will be some zinc powder and some calcium metal like this.
Any zinc to chala gaya. Zinc. It's saying, I mean, he's not using zinc. He's saying सब कुछ सही है. Calcium is a solid as well. HCl is aqueous. Chloride सारे soluble होते हैं सिवाय silver और lead के, so that's also aqueous. And H2 happens to be a gas. तो अब ये कि why is pure calcium chloride not getting formed? होगा वही, everything is fine. Calcium reacts with HCl, HCl gets used up. Excess के अंदर you filter it out, right? So that's filtered out. So you're left with this solution. It should be a pure solution, but it's not. Why is it not a pure solution? उसकी मैं reason बता देता हूँ. वैसे वहां तक नहीं पहुंचोगे. इन्होंने बड़ा घुमा फिरा के पूछा question. उसकी रीजन ये कि ये हमने ना अभी हमने किया था. We did metals, right? So we did these reactions. Calcium with water. हमने पढ़ा था कि वो reactivity series में calcium is very reactive. So calcium would also react with water and it will form calcium hydroxide. हमने पढ़ा था ना, sodium react करता है water के साथ explosively, so it forms sodium hydroxide, right? All of that. Is that part clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
तो हो ये रहा है कि this will also form. It will react with water. That's the answer. Let's just circle the name of the type of reaction that's taking place. What type of reaction is taking place over here?
Reduction.
Reduction to the concept. What is H2SO4 for?
Acid.
It's an acid, right? What is NaOH? What's a metal hydroxide? That's a acid-base reaction. It's a neutralization reaction. Calculate the concentration of NaOH in gram per dm. Calculate the number of moles of वो कह रहा है sulfuric acid के moles निकालो. So sulfuric acid का ना volume is given and its concentration is also given. So how do you find moles? Moles of sulfuric acid. ये पेपर के अंदर ना थोड़ा सा तरीके से देख लेना. N represent करता है moles को, concentration times volume, right? So it's going to be 0.1 multiplied by 25 cm cube, but it should be in dm cube, right? So what do you get?
2.5 times 10 to the negative 3.
2.5 times. Okay.
10 to the power negative 3.
That's your moles. If you're going to determine the number of moles of इसके पता लग गया acid के moles. तो NaOH के moles क्या होंगे? Double होंगे, right? Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's going to be 2 times 2.5 times 10 power minus 3. क्या हो जाएगा? 5 times 10 power minus 3 moles. So NaOH के moles, that's going to be double the moles of phase stress of 4. Calculate the concentration of the aqueous NaOH in mole per dm cube. So concentration का क्या formula था? Moles is concentration times volume, right? So what is concentration? Concentration is moles over. So
Volume.
NaOH का moles तो पता है, that's 5 times 10 to the power minus 3, right?
Yes.
Volume भी पता है, उससे ऊपर दिया हुआ volume कितना दिया हुआ है? 20 cm cube of NaOH. The volume is also known. 20 cm cube dm cube में क्या होगा? 0.02 होगा, I think शायद. क्या आ रहा है? What is the concentration that you're getting?
.25.
So you're getting 0.25 mole per dm cube, right? Then he says calculate the concentration of NaOH in gram per dm cube. अब moles पता लग गया ना? Moles को mass में किस तरह convert करते हैं? Like you're getting 0.25 है?
Yeah, 0.25.
Mole per decimeter cube, right? That's what you're getting. तो moles को अगर mr से multiply करता तो you'll get grams, right? NaOH कितना होता है? NaOH is mr क्या होती है? That's 23. Oxygen, the periodic table is 16 and H is 1. तो 40 हो गया, right?
Yes.
तो कितने grams बन गए per dm cube?
Ten grams per dm cube. 10 grams per dm cube.
10 grams per
dm.
So organic कर लेते हैं. Give the letters of the organic compounds P to you that are unsaturated hydrocarbons. इनमें से कौन से unsaturated है? What is an unsaturated hydrocarbon?
Double bond
Double bond.
between carbon.
Double bond. So U is 1, right? और कौन सा unsaturated? Alkene होते हैं ना unsaturated.
Butane.
So that's unsaturated.
So,
What's a test for unsaturated hydrocarbons?
test with bromine water.
ठीक है, so bromine aqueous or bromine water. What is the observation?
From orange brown to colors.
ठीक है, so orange brown too. अच्छा फिर क्या आगे क्या कि name the unbranched isomer of butanene. Butanene होगा क्या? कितने कार्बन होते हैं butanene?
4 carbons.
Where's the double bond?
Between the first and second.
बाकी H होंगे. That's 2 H's, 1 H. इसका 2 H's होंगे. इसका 3. Every carbon should be making. So that's all H atoms, right?
Yes.
So that's butanene. What is an isomer of this?
Put the double bond between the second and third carbon.
ठीक है, तो isomer simple होगा कि वो उठा के double bond की position change कर दो. ठीक है, that's the easiest thing you could do. ठीक है, this one will have 3 H's. This one will have 1H with this one, and 3 H's with this one. So butene, draw the structure of the branched isomer of butanene. Now he's saying draw a branched isomer. तो कार्बन्स लाइन में थे ना, अब क्या करो कि कार्बन्स को इस तरह ड्रॉ कर दो 4. Is that clear?
Yes.
And you can put a double bond here. This one will have 2 H's. इसके H पूरे 3 H's. The bottom one will also have 3 H's, right?
So branched means when it has like a T or a tree, goes
A
line
tree.
and then one down.
Unbranched means it's straight in one go.
Okay.
Acha, dodocane, it's an what type of organic compound is dodocane? Dodecane.
Okay.
But क्या होता है? It's an alkane, right? What's the general formula of an
Yes.
alkane?
CnH2n. 2n
It's
plus 2.
2n plus 2. So if you have 12 carbon atoms, what's the formula of dodecane?
C12H26.
Give the letters of all organic compounds P to you that can be formed when dodecane is cracked. Now, when you crack a molecule, right? A bigger molecule is always cracked to get smaller pieces. Smaller pieces are more useful. Why? Because they have a lower boiling point and they are less viscous and they are very flammable. So anything that's smaller than this can be formed, right? इससे छोटा होगा तो form हो जाएगा, right? So P can be formed, right?
Yes.
R can be formed, U can be formed.
Yes.
ये नहीं form होंगे क्योंकि यहाँ पे oxygen आ जाता है. You don't have oxygen, right?
Yes.
So P, R, and U.
U.
So any hydrocarbon that's smaller than that. वो oxygen वाले alcohols or carboxylic acids I removed. Why? Because we didn't have oxygen. Now name the reagents and conditions needed to convert organic compound U into S. U to S. U to S. U say how do you go to S? डबल बॉन्ड में क्या ऐड करना पड़ेगा? नहीं, डबल बॉन्ड में क्या ऐड करना पड़ेगा?
Oh. Oxygen. Sorry.
नहीं, water ऐड होता है ना. Addition reaction होता है, sublimation होता है, water gets added, right? And that's known as hydration. So that reaction is known as hydration. So the reagent for that is steam. Conditions क्या होती है? 300 degrees centigrade and 60 atm pressure. And you need a catalyst as well, like phosphoric acid. ठीक है, clear है?
Yes.
और फिर ये कि organic compound S can be converted into organic compound Q by reaction with acidified reagent. S to Q. Alcohol है और alcohol से it's forming a carboxylic acid. That is oxidation. So type of reaction, that's a redox reaction. कोई भी alcohol होता है ना, that gets oxidized to a carboxylic acid. So reagent क्या होता है? KMnO4. That is your reagent. Conditions क्या होती है? Acidified होना चाहिए, यानी बीच में acid होना चाहिए plus reflux. So always remember, any alcohol can be oxidized to a carboxylic acid. अच्छा, T कौन सी homologous series में? T.
So what is right there?
किधर?
After the H plus.
Reflux. Although तो खैर उसने he just wanted to name the reagent, right? It was just KMnO4. Reflux is the conditions that you ऊपर condenser लगा देते हैं ना, so that nothing evaporates.
Okay.
So name the homologous series that organic compound T belongs to. ये कौन सा है? What is methyl butanoate?
Ester.
Ester, ठीक है, that's an ester. Ester में क्या होता है? You have C double bond O NO. Methyl जो होता है ना, that's one carbon atom, so that's on the single O side. Bute is 4 carbon atoms, that's on the other side, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. और वो H लगा दो, that's 3 H's. This one will have 2 H's. 2 H's. This one will have 3 H's. और क्या क्या उससे? Name the two compounds which react together to form methyl butanoate, right? ये बनाया था ना methyl butanoate. Methyl was this side, 1 carbon atom. Butanoate was the other side, that was 4 carbon atoms. Bute tha. And there were 3 H's, 2 H's, 2 H's with this, 3 H's with this one. Ester किससे बनता है? You break it up. One of them is a carboxylic acid, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. ये जो double bond O वाला ना, that's your carboxylic acid. The other side is your alcohol side. तो होता ये कि the OH, अच्छा होता ये कि यहां से OH and वहां से H, they get removed and they end up joining over here. ठीक है, तो क्या नाम है इसका?
Butanoic acid.
And what's the name of this thing? That's an alcohol. What is it called?
Methanol.
So you've got butanoic acid. And you have methanol. Reduce the molecular formula of organic compound T. T का क्या formula है? That's कितने carbons हो गए total? 4 और 1, 5. H कितने हो गए? That's 3, 2, that's 5, 2, that's 7, 3, that's 10. And there are 2
And
oxygens.
2 oxygen.
ठीक है. तो ये पेपर भी ना, ये फिर अगला जो 6, 7 लिखा से एक ही रह गया. खत्म ना करने, पूरी ही कर लेते हैं. बस एक ही रह गया. State the name given to small molecules make the polymers, right? So what are those small molecules called?
Monomer.
Monomer, right? The formula of a polymer is shown. Draw the structure of the small molecule. तो ये addition polymer है. How was it formed? के इस तरह के ढेर सारे कनेक्ट हो गए थे आपस में. तो कनेक्ट होने से पहले there was a double bond between them. It's like that ढेर सारे, thousands of them. The double bond between them disappeared and they connected with each other. ठीक है. So that's your monomer. Is that clear?
So it says show all the atoms and all the bonds. So do we need to show
अच्छा
the
वो फिर
CH3 bond?
CH3 show करना है, हाँ. And this was known as addition polymerization. It was alkenes. It was an addition polymer. और फिर एक हमने पढ़ा था condensation. Name the type of polymer formed when amino acids combine. That's amino acids जो होते हैं proteins बनाते हैं. Complete a diagram to show part of the structure of the natural polymer that forms when these 3 amino acids combine. उसमें क्या होता था कि अगर मैं first one draw करूँ, that's NH2. और दूसरी साइड पे ना कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड है, डबल बॉन्ड O. इधर क्या, you've got NH2. So how is it formed? HNOH, water बीच में से निकलता जाता है और they link up. ये मैंने बताया था exact, आपको बस ये याद रखना है. वो they'll always, तो ये बीच में से ना H और OH रिमूव होता जा रहा है. And they are all going to link up. कंडेंसेशन से होता था वाटर प्रोड्यूस होता था. Every time water would get produced and they would simply join with each other. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
और वापस इसको कन्वर्ट करना है तो ये वापस टूट जाता है. ठीक है, दैट्स नोन एज हाइड्रोलिसिस. वाटर दोबारा ऐड होता है, सो दैट थिंग इज नोन एज हाइड्रोलिसिस. ठीक है, तो कंडेंसेशन होता है जब वाटर प्रोड्यूस होता है एंड दे जॉइन अप. हाइड्रोलिसिस इज व्हेन यू ब्रेक देम अप बैक अगेन. चलो ठीक है, पूरा पेपर ही हो गया, सारा खत्म हो गया. ठीक है, चले ओके देन.
Okay, sir. Allah Hafiz.
अल्लाह हाफिज़.
Rough.